Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Jeff, the IT guy. Today we're continuing working on the Omen 30L. Today we're going to put in some new fans. We're going to put an 80mm fan in the rear. This is a Noctua Redux. And for the AIO and the front, we're going to put in some Corsair SP120 Quiet Editions, and these run at 1450 RPMs. Now, of course, you can use other fans as long as they're 120mm on the front and the AIO. So if you want to do RGB, you can get the SP RGBs from Corsair. You can also get a different 80mm fan if you don't like the gray look of the Noctuas. However, we're going for performance here, and so that's what we're going to do. Before we get into it though, a word from our sponsor. I want to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, HavocShield, who offers small business cybersecurity from plan to proof. And is it time to get serious about your small business cybersecurity? HavocShield's standard plan includes penetration testing, endpoint security, dark web monitoring, and InfoSec policy templates. So go ahead and check out HavocShield. Their information is in the description below. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to take off the front glass panel here. It's held on with a Phillips screw on the bottom. So just flip it up and take out that screw. We're going to be using this iFixit kit that we always feature here on the channel because it's great. So just take it, once you get it unscrewed, and just lift up on the sides and it will pop off. It's just held on with a couple tabs, as you can see. So go ahead and take that off. This is going to give us access to the front fan right here. This is actually screwed in on the front. So we'll go ahead and flip this around, and we'll take off the side panel, and then we'll take out the fans. Okay, so once you get the side panel off, go ahead, flip it around, and work on taking off the back screws right here to take off this lowly 80mm fan. So let's go ahead, unscrew those. They are quite tight, so be careful. You don't want to strip them. All right, so once you got it unscrewed, just pull it and unplug it. There we go. All right, now it's time to work on the inside of the case. Take off the one on the AIO and the front. All right, so taking the fan off for the AIO is really simple. If you watched my video on how to install this, the only thing you have to do is these are actually held in place with thumb screws. So just go ahead, take those off, and remove this fan from the AIO. And we're going to put one of the SPs here. No problem. Now, if you remember, I tightened ours down. So just go ahead and, if you did, use a tie of some sort. Make sure you undo it so that you can get these cables out. Okay. Now that's removed. All right, so earlier I misspoke. I said that you had to take out the fan from the inside, and I was wrong. You actually have to have a long screwdriver to get through here, and they come out the front right here. So if you've got a long screwdriver, that is what you will need. So this iFixit kit comes with a little extension cable that you can actually use to help you get in here. So that's really nice. It's kind of awkward to use, but it does work. So you can just use this extension and undo the cables. And they only put, you're kidding me, they only put two screws in this thing. Put one up here and one down here. So that's probably why it makes so much noise and rattles like crazy. Yeah, they only put 2 screws in this. So just go ahead and undo it. Once you get these screws undone, go ahead and flip your case over, your computer over, so that you can unplug them from the front or from the motherboard and stuff. So right here is the cable. Do a better picture. Right here it is. So let's go ahead and unplug it. And then make sure to unplug it from the daughter board down here in the corner. I'll show you the daughter board. There's a daughter board right here where all the RGB connects. Just go ahead and unplug it right there. And you should be able to pull it out. It is clipped in some places. And then once it's out, there you go. You've got one Cooler Master RGB fan. So let's go ahead and install our new fans. So the next thing we're going to do then, since that one does not fit, because HP apparently can't do a spec sheet, is we're going to put in the SP120s. So this is a 2-pack. These are from yesteryear. So they've got, you know, these blue rings, and they're coming with like red and white and stuff. These are static pressure optimized fans. So, and they're quiet, which is what we want. We want quiet fans. They're very good fans. They're high performance. They're fantastic. And like I said, they've got these interchangeable rings on them. And so these rings, they just, you know, pop on, boom, boom, no big deal. Make sure you get it right though, or your fan won't spin. And you don't want that. All right, so this one, real simple to put on. We're just gonna go ahead and use the screws that we took off. And put it back on the AIO. I've already, these are just great fans. I mean, if you've never used them, these are fantastic fans. These are all that I used for years. Because they are quiet, they're high performance. The static pressure is great, especially trying to go through AIOs and stuff like that. So, this will really quieten down the system and get a lot of good thermals. It's a shame about the rear fan though. You win some, you lose some. Okay, once you get it in, just go ahead and plug it into the board. Boom, boom. I'm gonna get my cable tie back again so I can tidy it up a little bit around here, just to make it look a little bit better. And we do save ourselves a little bit of extra tidying since the fans don't have RGB. It means that there's not an RGB cable anymore. So there we go. Looky there. That's good looking. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna open up the other one. Get it out. It comes with this blue ring. Showed you before. We're putting white on it. It'll match the color scheme. It does come with a red ring as well. So, and it comes with 4 screws in case you need 4 screws. So it comes with everything you need on them. All right, when you do this, you want to make sure that this corner right here lines up with the hole that it's trying to go in, so that you have the longest possible cord length, okay? And so go ahead, screw it in over here and in here, and we'll meet back when you're done. Okay, once you get that fan in, that cable, listen, it's gonna be too short, okay? So what you need to do is you need to grab you a fan cable extender, like this one. This one is from Noctua. They make others. I will put some in the description. Listen, you're gonna need this just so that you can get just a couple extra centimeters. Just a couple extra centimeters of length. And this one is, I think, 18 centimeters long or something. Maybe a little bit shorter than that, but it's a little bit long, 10 centimeters maybe. For the extender, which, you know, it stinks because you've got to buy one more thing, but it does make that cable reach. One of the other things that you can pick up is this low noise adapter if you want to, you know, hinder the rear fan. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the rear fan back in because, like I said, the spec sheet gave the wrong size. So we're going to do that, put it back together, and then we're going to test it. So make sure you don't go anywhere because you definitely want to hear about the noise and the temperatures. All right, so if you've made it this far, which I hope you have, you're probably asking yourself, what have I gotten myself into? Is this even going to pan out? You know, why would anyone put $30 worth of fans in a pre-built? And which I hope you have stuck around, and I'm going to tell you why you would put $30 worth of fans in a pre-built. Number one is the noise. The noise is significantly less. However, it's a different kind of noise. So before, with the fans in it, it would rattle. I mean, I don't know why it sounded like it was rattling, but it did. Must have been something wrong with the fans. The fans made a lot of noise, probably the bearings in them. Whiny, you know, like coil whine, just really loud, and it was very aggravating. It wasn't super loud, the aggravating tone, but it was just enough that if it's sitting beside you on a desk, it would drive you absolutely insane. Now it's not as loud, but the fans make a different kind of noise. It's like you can hear the air moving through stuff. And so it's got that sort of airflow kind of sound. All right, next, the reason you do it is because of temperatures. So talking about temperatures on the CPU, before this upgrade, the temperatures got to 65 degrees when running OCCT for 15 minutes. Now they topped out at 59. That's really good. That's a 6-degree difference, which translated into a half a gigahertz extra clock speed on the CPU itself. When you start talking about the GPU, before this, the GPU would hit 75, 80 degrees. Okay, now it hit 70 degrees, and the clocks went from about 1700 to 1900, which seems insane to me that it would go up that much, but it did. And it's almost to the point to where the performance at, say, 1440p in Assassin's Creed Odyssey is only a couple FPS difference than what we were getting. I mean, about 10 FPS difference than what we were getting with at 1080p. So this extra cooling has resulted in more performance as well as lower temperatures. And so this is the upgrade. If you watch every one of these videos, this is the upgrade. This and the CPU cooler are the two upgrades that you need to do. You can spend about $80 with the CPU and these fans, or say $90, get you some good thermal paste like the Noctua NTH2, and you are going to increase the performance of this system many percent, probably about 10% at least. It's what you need to do. That's what you need to do if you have one of these HP Omens. Go out, get this stuff, watch these guides, install it, and enjoy the performance. I mean, for, like I said, $90, you're going to get a lot better performance, a lot better cooling, and a lot less noise. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead, leave a like, give me a comment, and let me know if you're going to do this to your HP Omen. And as always, subscribe. You don't want to miss the further videos that we have going on with this HP Omen, as well as the other videos that we're going to do here on the channel. Go ahead and check the videos that I've already done here on the channel. You don't want to miss those either. They're great. They're fantastic. As always, thanks everyone for watching, and keep it real. So here's what it looks like whenever you upgrade the fans. Look at there, you got that one. Still waiting on one for the rear. And then of course, you've got the front, which still kind of looks like the one that was in it, except now we are rolling with Corsair fans. Y'all want a little sneak peek? I want a little sneak peek. Hopefully this ends up working. I guess we'll find out. I think it might work. Yeah, I believe so. Maybe. It's going to be close. It's a 2080 Super. We're going to be putting it in this bad boy. Stay tuned for the results.